beta angle later. Okay, so keeping that in mind, so I'll be taking a problem number, just give me a second. So keeping in that view, I'll be solving a problem that is problem number 16 in the primer book. So here, what is it being given? Normally, they will give either a square pyramid or any kind of maybe it is a pentagonal pyramid, hexagonal pyramid, or all that. Any pyramid, normally what will happen is, so one is you will have base surface. So for example, in this figure, what you can notice here. So base surface you will have. So the top surface normally it is going to be missing compared to prism. So rather than you will have an apex here. So when you are looking from the top, so normally what will happen, you will not find any longer edges here. You will only be finding the slant edges, what you can just see here. For example, this slant edge. So these are the slant edges. So uh, this is with respect to pyramid. So what is it being given in the problem? It's a square pyramid, and it is having 35 mm sides of base. The base side, which is given 35 mm, and the axis of the pyramid that is given 65 mm. So it is nothing but is the length of the total height of the pyramid. It is 65 mm, and it is resting on HP in such a way that it is resting on edge. It is resting on one of its edge, actually, one of its edge of the base, and this is making an inclination with respect to VP 30 degree, and the same axis which is making draw the projections of the pyramid when the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. So this is what it is given, friends. So here what you just make out from this problem is, in the second position, the axis is making inclination with respect to HP, that is 45 degree. But with respect to vertical plane is concerned, the same edge on which it is resting, that is AD, that AD which is making inclination with respect to vertical plane. So here in the second position, the axis is making inclination. In the third position, the edge is making inclination. The edge is making inclination. The edge on which it is resting, it is making inclination. Now we will straight away, we will just go to the software and just let us see how we are supposed to draw a problem that is square pyramid. So as usual, just go to the normal line. It is supposed to be a 0.35 mm thick line. Just draw an XY line. Okay, so the moment you just finish it, you just name it for both axis line, and also you name it for the planes. So now straight away we just go for visible line, and we know that it is resting over the base, on one of its base. So it is given as 35 mm length. The angle initially you give 0, 35 mm. The angle would be 90 degree, and then 35. Again it is 180, right, friends? So after that you just connect to the end point. So this is what it is. So it is resting on edge. In fact, it is resting on one of its base edge. Now let it just show the dimension line for that also. And obviously the naming for prism, normally we have done A of A1, B of B1, C of C1, D of D1, all that, because we could have both top and bottom surfaces. But here the top surfaces is going to be missing, only the bottom surfaces and respective slant edges we are going to have. So in that case, the naming could be different for pyramids. So what I'll just do is, as what we have done in planes, similar to that, let us name this as A, B, and then it is going to be my C, and it is D, friends. So now if you look at it is different from prisms. So now very interesting to note here is, so when I'm looking from the top now, I told you that there would be some slant edges which is going to be come across. So you'll be come across with many number of slant edges here. So for example, normally what will happen is, if you have, let us assume you have a pyramid like this. Okay, so I'm just showing it to you. So just imagine. just for, I'm drawing it just for imagination purpose. So sir, class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ sir. So for example, so normally I have drawn one just figure in this. So now normally when I'm looking from the top, what will happen? I can able to see these slant edges also, and these slant edges which is going to be converged, and you can be able to see in its top view. So now in top view I have drawn this line. This is a bottom one. I have drawn this. But when I'm looking from the top, what will happen is these slant edges are also going to be seen to me. But in prism, we never come across these things. But in pyramid, when I'm looking from the top, these slant edges are going to be seen to me, and that could be in converged mode. So in a converged of these slant edges are going to be seen to me. So in pyramid, by default you connect these corner points by thick line, sorry, thick and continuous lines, thick and continuous lines. Why? Because by default you have to do it, friends. By default you have to do it, because when we look from irrespective of the pyramid you take, you will going to get respect based on the type of pyramid, you will get number of slants edges. So when you look from the top, all the slant edges are going to be seen and converged at center point. So that is why by default you should do this. By default you should do this. Hope I'm making it very clear. So in top view, these corner ends are going to be connected with continuous thick lines. Why? Because when you look from the top, it is going to be seen to. So now as usual, for the axis, we always name it as WOF O1. That already we did it for even prism. So now go for the front view. Go for the front view. Go for the front view. So normally what happens, friends, when I'm looking from the front, I can be able to see this, right? I can be able to see this. For example, when I'm looking in this direction, I can be able to see this portion, right? But the behind two portion, which is going to be hidden, which is going to be covered by the front. So normally I can be able to see only this portion. So that is what, so that is why I told you it required more kind of, imagination which is required. So now what you just do is go for axis, that is normal line, axis line, which is given as the height of the pyramid. It is given as 65. Okay. So now say visible, continuous thick line, connect them with a thick line. So similarly, you do it for other side. So now I'll just trim this and then I'll redraw it, because we should not over draw any lines. So this is done. So now with respect to naming is concerned, I can able to see this edge, right? That is A, B, I can be able to see, but C, point C and D, which is going to be unseen. So we shall mark it within the bracket. So A is, that is A dash is going to be seen to me. D dash is going to be unseen. I'll write it in the bracket. Similarly, B dash, I will write it, and C dash, which is going to be in bracket. Similarly, O dash, that is for the apex, and this is going to be for O1 dash. Okay. So this is done. The initial position is done now. So now, as usual, we know how to draw with the second position. I just take this towards somewhere. I'll just place it for here. Okay. So now, entire thing you just copy it. Okay. So say move command. Just place it over XY line. Okay. So it is clearly given, friends. The axis is making inclination with respect to HP. So I told you it is better and more convenient to convert that into base angle. So how do we convert that base angle? That is, I have even told you before, that is 90° minus axis angle. So because even by taking axis also we can tilt it, but it is more convenient to do it by base. So that is 90° minus, it is given 40, it is given uh, 45°. So 90° minus 45° remains same it is. So say rotate, say rotate. So how much it is supposed to be, friends? Rotation angle 45. Okay. So even if you can check here, you can check here, even though if you give, but show it here as axis. Angle between the axis is going to be 45 only, right? So it doesn't make any difference. Only thing is it will be convenient for us to tilt it. That's why we should convert that into base angle. So now as usual, draw all horizontal construction lines, vertical construction line, all that. Okay. So now let us also draw all vertical construction lines. Okay. Here O dash is missing. It is my O dash, right? So now let us locate all the points now. Locate all the points, that is A, B, C, D, E. So immediately name it. So this is my A dash and it is meeting here is A. So name it as A. Similarly B, it is going to be meeting at this point, C and D. So A, B, C, D is done. Now for the axis you do. Now for the axis, this is going to be my O and this is going to be my O1. So all it is being done. So now we know that before we start identifying seen edges or unseen edges or seen surfaces or unseen surfaces, it is very, very important that we know that it is under the rules of visibility. We should, all the outermost boundary points, edges, surfaces are bounded to C. So under that criteria, under that the rules of visibility, we will identify all the outermost boundary points and then connect them with the continuous thick line. So in that case, I can be A is going to be outermost point, D is outermost point, C is outermost point, and O is also outermost, and B is outermost point. So now let them connect with the thick line. So what I'll just do is, rather than, once again, rather than overlapping, what I'll just do is, I will trim and reconnect with the thick line. Okay. So in any of the method you can do it in. Okay, so it is done. So all outermost boundary points have been identified now and connected them with a thick line. So now when I'm looking from the top now, I told you, so when I'm looking from the top, the surfaces which are going to be nearer to the observer, which will be seen to me, which is farthest from the observer, they're going to be seen to me. And more importantly, for example, uh, O, O2, this is the line which I can able to see, that is O2A and O2D. So where is my O2A and O2D? This is my O, this is my A. Similarly, this is my O and this is my D. Connected. Now, if you look at here, A, B, C, D, out of which B and C it is not connected, but all the slant edges, that is 4 slanted edges, are being connected. Only B and C is left. And more importantly, the edge on which it is resting, that is B and C. For example, I will just show you here. I'll just show you here by rotating this. For example, now what will happen, when we look from the top, this is the edge on which it is resting actually. Just imagination, for the imagination purpose, I brought it here. So let us assume it is resting over, uh, an edge. So this edge, when I'm looking from the top, the edge on which it is resting, that is BC, which is going to be unseen. So blindly, you need not to worry. You just connect them with a thick dash line because it is resting on the edge. It is not a either it is on the edge or the entire pyramid is resting, and when we look from the top, normally it is going to be unseen. At the same time, I also told you that any surface or edge which is going to be farthest from the observer, which is going to be unseen, right friends? So under that category, you just connect them. So now what is left out, friends? All Everything is done. Now connect them an axis line with a normal chain line. So right friends, done. The second position is done. Similarly now we should draw a, a final view. While doing it, so far, draw a parallel line to xy line. It is just to so that it should not cross the xy line, nothing else. So after that, it is given that it is 30-degree line. So minus 30 you just give. Okay, so minus 30 you give. Okay friends, so after this, what you just do is, so here what is being given, in the second position the axis is making inclination, but in the third position what they've given is the base edge on which it is resting, this edge is making inclination, so in that case copy the entire thing, okay. So now what you just do is say move command, place it in such a way that this should place over the xy line. Now you make it rotate, ensure that this edge is resting over xy line, and always while doing it, zoom it multiple time and then do. Okay, so this is done now. So that is what, see here, even though we did it, but some portion it is crossed. So this is the reason we do. So entirely you say move again, need not to worry. So entire thing you just take it little bit this side. So now you also show the angle between them. Sorry, angle between them is 30-degree. So now the final positions, we know that we should draw all horizontal construction lines first. Okay, so now friends, identify all the points now. Now do it in sequence actually. Do it in sequence, starts from A. This is my A. This is my point B, which is resting over xy line. Okay, then see, comparatively in pyramids you will come across very less number of points, but in prism it is going to be more points, right friends? So this is going to be the moment you identify the point, please locate it. Okay, so this is my A dash, this is B dash, and this is going to be my C dash, and this is going to be my D dash, this is O1 dash, this is O dash. Okay, so all 6 points have been marked now. Now we connect them with a thick line, connect them with the all outermost boundary points, identify all outermost boundary points here, so connect them with a thick line. Okay, so here better you trim this. Oh, you cannot. So better what you just do is go for a split. Even split is not okay. uh, Anyway, I'll just mark it later. I'll do it. Okay, so all outermost boundary points have been identified now and we mark. So now friends, when I am looking from this direction, the surfaces which are nearer to me is AB, AB, AD, and OA and OB, which are going to be seen to me, right? But the farthest from the observer is this is OC, which is going to be unseen to me, right? So first we'll connect AD and AB. Here is my AD, correct? So what you just do is you say trim it and connect them with a thick line. AD and AB connected. So even OA is also seen to me as per the figure. Then it is being also connected. Okay. So now this OC, which is going to be unseen to me, right? OC is unseen to me. So connect with a thick dashed line. Okay. So now you just see here, all 4 base surfaces connected. 4 slant edges are being connected. Now only left out is axis line. Make it normal. Say axis. Done, friends. Okay, so this completes your problem. So it's very easy comparatively compared to Prism. Okay, so trim all unwanted lines now. So with this, we'll close it today. Thanks for joining. But before I just